Okay, first of all, excuse the excuse the reaction on part one. Me and Dave here are basically loner types, getting invited into something, or I mean, getting invited to anything. It's it's basically winning the it's basically winning the jackpot for me. The grand prize of something. So sorry about that. Uh, that's that. So so welcome back to Komorebi part two. So it's been a while. I don't know when will this be uploaded. I hope this comes out okay. Day. Please make sure that this comes out okay. Okay. Please make sure. Okay. Make sure that this comes out okay. Okay. Uh, anyway, so what happened last time? I forgot. No, is it filed? No, 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 no. Fragment map. Oh yeah, I forgot the last time I who is this again?
You have already experienced this fragment.
I already forgot. I I already forgot who that is, but I think that's the guy who invited me on something. A drink, a drink in a bar. Anyway,
Experience heart to heart fragment. Dante 1.
oh, so this Dante. So I guess I will start a date with Dante. I will start part two with a date. Yes. Uh, it's coming out okay. I hope so. I entered Dante's room, bringing him back his lost wallet. He was too busy to pick it up at he was too busy to pick it up at the coffee shop, and I was out running errands. Oh, that's Isaac, the purple haired doggo. Gotcha. Hmm. Isaac did warn me about him though, always having his head in the clouds.
Hey, Delta. Thanks for following through. There's no way I had time to do that myself.
Uh, can I move? So there will be, so there will be a weird cut there. It's really weird if I, oops, where am I? Where am I looking? It's really weird if I if I do part two with Dante just up there. So you locked out, Dave. You locked out Dante. Here we go.
According to my agent, I have 12 months left to finish this book.
Okay.
But I signed the contract, so this is my own doing.
Okay.
One crunch session after another. You get used to it, though. Thankfully, the press is really interested in my next project.
Good. I knew he was a writer, but I didn't know he was this successful. Until this point, uh, he's never mentioned much about his career. It's probably now that we're alone, everyone else in his life probably knows already.
Well, now that you're here, maybe you want to hang out for a bit?
Oh, oh, sure.
I could use a little break from that empty page. It's taunting me. Usually does, but today it's pretty bad.
Sorry, Dante, for the last time. Yeah, I am recording, and yeah, I forgot that this is not live.
Probably the stress of working under a deadline. You know, a year is a long time, but it doesn't feel like it. If I aim for 1,000 words a day, I should be all right.
Okay.
But right now, I stand at 0.
Blanking, blanking out, Dante.
I have the story mapped out, but that opening scene is the worst. Gotta grab the reader, but also keep the momentum going.
A moment later, he gets out of his chair and moves to his bed. Sitting at the edge, he points to the now empty chair.
Go ahead, take a seat. Don't usually let people in my bed right after meeting them.
Oh wait.
But I like your vibes, Delta. Tell me something about yourself, if you're down, that is.
Well, I'm a toaster, Protogen. That's all I can say. He lays back and looks up the ceiling. That's such a vague question. I don't know where to start. I tell him that I wanted a new start. Things were getting stale.
Huh. Interesting. Things were getting stale here, too.
Oh, sorry.
Guess this arrangement benefits all of us, then. And it was nice of your boyfriend to rent you a room.
Oh, boyfriend. He's clearly teasing me with that implication. I don't bite.
You know, he doesn't let just anybody move in here. There's a reason it's been the two of us for years. I guess I'm just saying you mean something to him. Keep that in mind, all right? A friendly piece of advice.
Sure.
When you write romance, you start to pick up on these things. I guess it's not really any of my business, though. Just advice, like I said. But none of us would be surprised if you two ended up together.
Oh, that's friends, yes. But together, I don't know. I nod and thank him for the advice.
Just don't mess with those mods he makes. I got off super easy when you arrived, trust me. It's so bad, I just tell myself to take his insults as compliments. The people we hate are usually the ones we love the most. He wouldn't crack down on us if he didn't want us to grow.
Okay. He sure likes talking about Isaac, huh? I try to change the subject, and shift it more toward Dante. Curiosity takes over my mind, so I ask him about his next book.
I wish I could talk about it, but I can't. I'm under a strict NDA and a bunch of pesky red tape. In fact, I think I've already said way more than I should.
Okay. Fair. I asked him to tell me more about himself then.
I don't know about that one, Delta. I'm a writer, so I know a lame story when I see one. Basically, grew up in a library. All I did was read books day after day. Picked up the skills to write my own, and here we are. A few book deals later, and I live under crushing stress. Almost makes me wish that my initial success was a fluke. We all have foresight, except for where we need it the most. I think that's all you'll get out of me right now, though. Maybe we should grab a drink sometime, chat a bit more?
Yeah, chat, but not not the romantic type.
I mean, if you're down for that.
Yes, yep.
I'd suggest the club, but that night is going to be a drunken blur. If we're talking about next week, however, my schedule is wide open.
Oh, are you asking me out on a date? Sounds great. I paused to read that, and I saw a heart on the top choice. Sounds great. I'd enjoy getting to know you more.
No way! I've seen that story before. Taking your best friend's crush? Totally scummy.
Yeah. What was that?
Unless you'd be open to a group arrangement. Kidding. Kinda. Not many stories go that route. Could be interesting, though.
He sits upright and tilts his head to the side. I can tell that it's a sign. He wants me out of this chair. However, before I make it out of the room, he calls my name.
Hey, Delta?
Uh, who? Delta? I'm Toasty the Protogen.
I gotta say, you remind me of somebody. This character from my first book. They're an outsider, like you.
I tilt my head, confused at why he'd bring this up.
Well, let's just say I have a deep connection with them. When you told me about your past, they immediately popped into my head. It probably sounds weird to hear, but that made it easier for me to talk.
It makes sense to me, even if I can't describe why.
This character traveled to a new city. They ended up falling in love with somebody they shouldn't. You know, like those old tragedies, but with modern flair.
That sounds pretty cool, actually. If these characters like me, I wonder what happens to them. I asked Dante to tell me some more, intrigued at relating to his fiction.
Oh, they die.
Oh. Oh. Okay. That's okay.
Hopefully things work out better for you, though, yeah?
No. Oh. With a laugh, he turns his chair around and starts typing away. I guess that was my cue to leave, for real this time. What an odd note to end on. Instead of focusing on what he said, I focus on what he didn't say. Our talk inspired him, even if he didn't want me to admit it. As I see myself out, that empty page is now almost anything but. Hopefully, this new story has a bit of a happier ending, not dying. Okay, that's a weird of a day. Okay, that's. Okay, I think I should just do this first.
Experience pivotal fragment. First arrival.
Wait, first arrival. Let me save it. Let me save it first. So if ever the first arrival is the part one, there will be an awkward skip here. Anyway.
Experience pivotal fragment. First arrival.
I think it's pretty much the same. The people we end up hating are usually the ones we love the most. Never mind them. I think I should weird skip here again. Weird skip. There. Okay. So back to my original spot. I grabbed my bags from the trunk. An easy task, as I made sure to pack light. The point of this journey was to leave my baggage behind, not carry it with me. Isaac steps in to help out, and I turn to face the house, my new home.
Well, what do you think?
Cool.
The pictures don't do it justice, do they? It has its quirks, but it served all of us just fine.
It's beautiful. I'm glad to be finally here. It was better in the pictures, to be honest. I wish I had a place like this back at home. It's great. Thanks for having me. I think it's best. Pictures don't do justice. Okay.
And we're glad to have you, Delta. We'll get along great. And it'll liven things up, too. Don't tell him I said this, but living with Dante can get a little tiring.
He smiles at me before closing the trunk and locking everything up. I carry two of my bags while he carries the other two. An equal team. We make our way to the front door and place everything down in sync.
Hold on.
He pulls out his phone and holds it up against the entry scanner. A small beep sounds, and then a moment later, the door locks. At least the security system protecting this house is solid.
Welcome home, Isaac. You may leave the house 2 more times today.
Woo, okay. That's a bit weird. So after 2 times, you will be locked out.
Remember, a good score makes a good citizen.
Eh,
Yeah, whatever.
yeah.
I
Whatever,
definitely
so-
muted this stuff the other day. Dante must have freaked out and removed my mods. Again.
That's true. Tampering with the system at home was a big deal. I don't think Isaac was up to anything shady though. He's probably just like silence. Typically, people would mess with the system when they had something worth hiding.
Well, let's get you settled.
Sure.
With how tired you were in the car, I guess you deserve a nap. But don't mess up your sleep schedule. We gotta watch that report tomorrow.
Well, I not. And now that the door is open, we pick everything up. Using his shoulder to nudge the door open, we slowly enter the house. I've seen so many pictures of this place, but seeing it for real was incredible. The living room is incredibly spacious. It looked much smaller when I saw it online. Wait, so what was that house in part 1? What is anyway, this is a visual novel. Maybe a stock image or something. One thing that stands out to me, however, is the lack of integrated tech. It looks like a living room frozen in time, around 30 years ago. Interesting. This sight, combined with how Isaac acted at the door, revealed one thing. He must not be a big fan of the system. And not everyone is, though it's fine. I think it's actually cool how quickly you learn stuff about people after meeting them for real. I can see Dante sitting on the couch and Golf in his phone. Isaac seems a little mad and confronts him immediately.
Hey, Dante, did you mess with those changes I made the other day? I thought I told you to play along with those. I do it for a reason.
Wait, at least it will be there and there. Oh, never mind. I'm we'll skip again. Never mind. Then I forgot that the text is right there the same. I forgot. I can tell he let his guard down, but he was eagerly awaiting our entrance. Whatever kind of first impression he was planning, his lack of awareness destroyed it.
Man, can't you see that I'm looking out for you? If they found out about your tinkering, they'd dock you points. Or worse. I'm sure Delta has my back here. Messing with Argus just isn't worth it.
Putting me on the spot. Putting me on the spot the second after you meet me? Nice. I scratch my head, and Isaac looks at me, likely expecting my support. I have Isaac's back here. His house, his rules. I agree with Dante. Ideals aside, legal trouble is never worth it. Choices. Choices. Well, yeah. it's his house though, so
True, but it's only a matter of time before we're tried as accomplices.
okay.
Argus may be many things, but forgiving isn't one of them. Look at how the Zeros are treated. See what I mean?
Zeros are supposed to be, disabled.
Let's just change the topic, alright? I know I brought it up, but I don't want our first meeting to be an argument. Besides, I work for Argus. I know what I'm doing when I make changes.
Yeah, whoops.
If by work you mean enforce the system on others, then sure. You do a lot of things that you'd report other people for doing.
Hey, not fair. I may tamper with some hardware, but I never break laws. You'd be surprised how much you can bend the rules without breaking them. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but please, just trust me.
Dante shrugs.
Fine. Still the best deal on housing I've come across. Can you at least tamper with the system and let us skip that report tomorrow? If you're gonna bend the rules, might as well do something practical with it.
That one toes the line way too much. I'll have to pass. It's only an hour, just put in some earbuds or something. I'm gonna go help Delta unpack and get a bit of rest in.
All right, fair enough. But if Argus ever comes knocking, just know that I won't hesitate before turning you in.
Okay.
That eager to get me in handcuffs, huh?
It's all part of the plan.
It's all part of the plan. Dante steps forward with a laugh and holds out his hand.
I was hoping to hang out for a bit, but I get that you're tired. If you want to bond or whatever, you know where to find me.
I shake his hand and give him a soft nod. If we're gonna be roommates, it makes sense to bond. I let him know that I'll find him soon. Oh, I let him know that I'll find him as soon as I get some shut eye.
Perfect. And make sure to prod Isaac for me. He's way too tight-lipped about the nightclub outing this weekend.
Hey! Thanks for ruining the surprise!
Your fault, keeping secrets from your friends like that.
I shrugged. I knew that Isaac would plan a party, so it's no big deal. Dante smirks at me and then returns to his spot on the couch. I met people like him before, an agent of social chaos.
Your friend seems pretty cool, Isaac. Maybe I should start trusting you a bit more often. A group like us? Add Taylor to the mix, and we'll do great things.
Who's Taylor? Isaac scoffs, but then quickly displays a large smile as Dante becomes lost in his phone.
Head always in the clouds, that one. Almost prefer when he locks himself in his room to write. Before we pick up your luggage, though, hold on a sec. This has been a long time coming, and I never got a chance to at the airport.
He steps forward and wraps his arms around him. I do the same, and we stand there for a few moments in a tight embrace. I have no idea why this is the first time I felt it, but this really was the fresh start I wanted.
Welcome home, Delta. And just like Dante said, great things.
I release the hug with a big smile on my face. I'm pretty sure Dave is smiling as well. I'm pretty sure. Maybe a bit tearing up but I'm pretty sure he's smiling as well. This was it. Finally, the start of my new life. That was it. Oh, so that was it. So maybe another one. Maybe another one. So this one. Maybe Taylor's the bunny.
Experience pivotal fragment. Special delivery.
Special delivery. That's fast. Like, but the opening is so long. Sometimes finding yourself just means realizing how lost you really are. Oh my god. It is a big house. Or is this your job? Oh, store, okay. I enter Isaac's store and I immediately taken aback by how fancy it is. The massive Argus Corporation logo at, at the back, which is this, my mouse. Logo at the back is it's kind of blinding though. In spite of that, I make my way toward it and closer to Isaac. He stands behind the register, lost in thought, but I could tell he was tired. That's why I have that's why I have this box lunch in my hands. He forgot it at home and I wasn't busy. It was a pretty harmless delivery, all things considered. I'm sure it'd make him happy. Upon seeing me, his ears immediately perk up, and the appearance of stress melts away.
Delta! Oh, what a lifesaver you are!
Oh, thanks.
Ugh, the only thing worse than working is working on an empty stomach. I promise it won't happen again. I'm not normally forgetful like this.
Choices. No problem. You can always count on me. I'll take any excuse I can get. I can get to. I'll take any excuse I can get to spend time with you. Just make sure it doesn't happen again. Didn't realize I moved here just to be a courier. I'll never find a job. This with distractions like this. Well,
Whoa, subtle. Dante must be rubbing off on you.
oh, okay.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but remember, don't flirt unless you plan to follow through with it. No one likes a tease.
Should I do it now? should I do it now? He gives me a soft smile and turns back towards his computer. As he faces his work once more, the smirk turns into a grimace. It was almost like his worries melted away as we spoke. Flattering.
You'll never guess what happened. 10 of my installations this month have backfired.
Sorry to hear that.
That means the people who bought them made illegal modifications. Basically, I lose the commission. Normally, I don't care, but 10 in a row?
Sorry to hear that, Isaac.
Something is clearly going on.
He strokes his chin like he's lost in thought. It's odd how he hates when people mod their gear, but he does it all the time. I decided to ask him more about why nobody's around to spy or anything.
Not just modifications, Delta. Illegal modifications. What I do is harmless, and I still follow the terms of service. These people are actively causing harm, using the tech to aid in crimes and stuff.
Ah, okay. Right. Isaac wouldn't be the type of person to commit a crime.
Besides, Argus wouldn't care if they found out about my mods. That's why we have zeros. You can basically abandon the system entirely.
Okay, what does it mean by zeros? I know ones and zeros, but which means binary. So ones or zeros are binary, but zeros really red text.
So when I mute an AI or change the colors of lights, it's nothing. I'd like to think that Argus has bigger problems. I mean, they clearly do.
Makes sense to me, and now I understand why Isaac's house is so under-equipped. Why implement invasive technology in your home if you don't have to, right? You could stick to the bare minimum, just enough to satisfy Argus.
I still feel like trash, though.
Don't be.
It's my job to detect potential fraud. They slipped through my fingers, so I enabled their crimes. Argus can dock me points for that. Such a stupid rule.
That's that hardly seems fair. None of this seems to fit Isaac either, and it's odd. A man peddling his or a furry, a furry, a furry peddling wares he doesn't support, or even use in his own life. Willingly giving Argus eyes and ears everywhere except his own home. I vocalize his thoughts and he shrugs.
A job is a job. That's what I always say. Besides, it could never hurt to stay on Argus's good side. Climb the ladder, and you won't be there when they tip it over. I like working around people, too. And I mostly sell phones, anyway.
Cell phones.
Big-scale installations like vehicles and home security are few and far between. Can't argue with selling a kid their first phone, though. Connecting them to the world.
Yeah, connecting them to the internet. That's fair. That's fair. I'd be a bit conflicted if I were in a situation though. Argus has never done anything wrong, but they are still feared by a portion of the world. Working for them could be seen as working for the enemy by a lot of people. Argus is so secretive about everything they do. It's hard not to theorize. It could be solved by some more transparency, but they are never willing to offer that. Something about a mysterious corporation running the world seems to strike more obedience.
Hey, Delta. Let me see your phone.
Okay. Huh?
Come on. I promise not to scroll through your gallery.
Okay. Oh. Sure. I have nothing to hide.
No one ever does. Seriously, though. Phone up.
I shrug and hand him my phone. He looks around the store to make sure nobody's watching. Then a second later, he runs the phone along some sort of scanning device.
Wanna know what I just did?
He throws my phone. He throws my phone back at me. Thankfully, I catched him.
I just stole your identity.
Hey, why did you do that, Isaac? Why? What?
Rule number 1, never hand over your phone. Even if it's someone you trust, it's just not worth it. One simple scan and I can do almost anything I want. I could put your info on a new phone, impersonate you online. I could even overwrite the info on your current phone, change your identity. But I'd never do anything like that. Probably.
Okay. Before I can do anything, he starts laughing.
I'm just screwing with you, Delta. I'd never mess around with important stuff like that. I did a few things that might help you out while you look for a job, though. Play along with what I'm about to say. I need an excuse for the computer.
He clears his throat and starts using an acting voice, like he's playing a part.
Terribly sorry for the inconvenience. Argus values you more than that. The next 6 months of all Argus-related subscription services are on the house. And not only that, but all Argus-associated venues will be 20% off.
Whoa.
Is there anything else I can do for you at this juncture?
He winks at me, and I'm not sure what to do, or how to take what just happened. I appreciate the gesture, and there's no way what he just did was allowed. He said he'd never break the law, though. I trust him, despite the anxiety. There's no telling what may come from this. I just wanted to do a good deed, and now I feel immoral. Completing the opposite of what I desire. I leave Isaac with his meat. Maybe we'll have time to talk about this later. Okay, so that was weird. Ah, so there's no. Is this a deck?
Experience supplemental fragment. Delta's arrival?
Oh, so there's maybe. Are are you sure that this is just a demo? But yeah, that was weird. First part was so spicy. I over exaggerated my reaction, and now it's so weird, really weird. But yeah, so I think that's it for now. That's it for now for part two of Komorebi. So so I don't know if these three guys here will appear at this demo, but but I really wanted to meet them because one one name's revealed that is Taylor. Who's that? Is it the bunny? The bunny? Anyway, so so that oh wait, save first, save. Okay, or maybe I hope not. I hope so, but so maybe part three will be this. Depends. It depends. So that was part two of Komorebi. Komorebi. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.